Hi everyone, I'm Jay. Welcome to my channel. Today I'll show you how I made this delicious beef pasta bake. First I'll start by preparing some vegetables. I'll chop one onion into medium-sized pieces. I'll also peel and chop one carrot. And lastly, I'll chop one red pepper into small chunks. I'm just warming the saucepan. I won't be adding any oil as there's going to be enough oil coming off the beef. So I'm just keeping the mince moving under a medium heat, and I'm going to add a squeeze of lemon juice. So after 5 minutes or so, the mince has cooked down quite a bit. So now I'll add my chopped onions. Now the onions are combined, I'll throw in the chopped carrots. Now in goes the chopped peppers. Now I'm adding 2 cloves of crushed garlic. After mixing in the garlic, I'll add 2 heaped tablespoons of plain flour. This will help thicken my sauce. I've lowered the heat now and I'll give this a good stir. To boiling water, I've added 1 beef stock cube. So after mixing in my stock, I've skinned and chopped 4 fresh tomatoes. Tinned would be perfectly fine for this too. So I've turned the heat up and now I'm adding 1 tablespoon of Worcester sauce. So now I'm going to add a teaspoon of ground white pepper, a teaspoon of thyme, ground black pepper, half a teaspoon of dried basil, half a teaspoon of oregano. I'll also add a teaspoon of smoked paprika, and lastly 1 teaspoon of mixed herb. And now I'll just give that a good mix. So now I'll just take that off the heat and make a start on my cheese sauce. Under a low heat, I'm melting about 3 tablespoons of butter. To that I'm going to add equal amounts of plain flour and stir that in. So when the butter and flour are combined, I'm going to slowly add my milk. I do it slowly and whisk with each addition of milk because I don't want lumps. So I just continue to add small amounts of milk and keep whisking until I get a nice smooth sauce. So now I'm happy with the consistency and I've no lumps. I'm just going to season my sauce. So I'm going to add about a half teaspoon of ground black pepper, a half teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and a half teaspoon of white pepper. And in goes a teaspoon of nutmeg. Now I'll add a generous amount of grated cheddar cheese. Now to some boiling water, I'm going to add my pasta and salt. I don't want to cook the pasta too much. In fact, I want it undercooked because it will cook later in the oven. After a few minutes, I've drained my pasta and I ran it under some cold water until it's ice cold so it won't cook anymore. Now that everything's prepared, I'm ready to put it together in my oven-proof dish. I've already preheated the oven to 180 Celsius. I've just added my cheese sauce to the pasta. And I just place the pasta and sauce mixture on top of my mince. And then load the last of the mince on top. After I finish layering my dish, I just top it off with more grated cheddar cheese. I'm going to add a little ground black pepper to the top, and I'm going to bake this in the oven for about 40 minutes at 180 until golden brown. And there it is, beef pasta bake, deliciously cheesy and packed with flavour. I hope you've enjoyed today's recipe. For more delicious recipes like this, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Take really good care of yourselves. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.